Hello everyone, I'm cbob45 and welcome back to another video. Today's a little different because I'm not really going to be like doing that much. The plan for today's video is just to kind of showcase off my like aquariums and such. Okay. Uh on the server that I play on pretty often. And one of them is a very large aquarium. It took me about 2 weeks to build and I just finished it today. So we're going to get into it. I'll go from the order in which I built them in first to last. This one's the first one I built. I built it in creative mode one time and put it on my YouTube before, but it looked a little bit different. It was a little bit smaller. This one's built in survival on a server. It's a little bigger, a little different. So I decorated the front with, I put a couple fish on there, obviously, and it's got fountains, and I put the vines on there, and I'm not sure how I feel about the vines, but I just left them, whatever, you know? But this is the first aquarium I built. It is a walk-in aquarium. It had dolphins in it at one point. They're gone. They're dead. It's got a turtle in it. It used to have more turtles. This is the first one I built. You know, it's nothing special. Y'all have already seen something like it before. And yes, I can fly on this server. I donated in the donation shop for the fly in like claims and stuff. I can fly in my own claim, and that's about it. This is the second one I built. It is supposed to be a fish bowl. It's my least favorite one I've ever built, but it's supposed to be a fish bowl. And I didn't really have access to coral at the time that I built it. That's why y'all don't see any coral in here, and it's kind of just boring. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We got this part up top is supposed to be the top that you can like pull off and such. This one took me about, I don't know, an hour or two to build. This one took me like 4 hours to build, and then on to the next one, this one's my fastest aquarium. This is actually a lighthouse. The fish are kind of weird in it. They just kind of sit at the bottom the whole time. You know, they don't do too much. And it's got one long kelp in it, and the rest is just a lighthouse. So, you know, when it's nighttime, this turns on. It's got a daylight sensor in it. It's a lighthouse at nighttime. The light turns on, it shines bright, you know, whatever. And it's also an aquarium. So, and this one really didn't take much time at all. This one took like 45 minutes, you know, 30 minutes, whatever. The longest part I think was designing this part, and even then it wasn't like hard to design. It was just kind of me placing blocks, and I went, oh, okay, that looks pretty good. So, you know, whatever. On to the last one. This one took me a while to build. It took me a couple weeks, but it wasn't a couple weeks every day. It was a couple weeks, a few days here and there, with a few hours on those days. But regardless, it still took me a while to build. So obviously, you're like looking at this and you're probably thinking like, how did this take you a long time to build? This isn't even an aquarium. Well, it's got up and it's got down. Obviously, you can't go up. Our only choice is to go down. So we're gonna go down and see what took me so long. So we got a nice elevator shaft. We got up and we got down. And you get it when you arrive. Walk down the steps and boom. Here's the aquarium. It is a massive underground walk-in aquarium. But we'll just go ahead and do a quick walkthrough of it really fast. So we have drowned and tropical fish. We got cod. We have a couple salmon in here somewhere. Turtles. We used to have dolphins, but like I said, we had 4 in here, but they're dead now. I don't know what happened. We are the proud owners of glow squid. We have 3 or 4. I can't remember. Everything you see in here was placed by hand by me, and none of it's like natural spawning. Obviously, it's underground under my base, but it did take a very long time to make. I felt I sunk two boats. I thought it get in. They're both in the main little corridor area here. I thought it gave it a good like a cool vibe, you know. We have the side area here, and not much of the fish hang out in the side areas. The AI is pretty bad, so like they don't go out here too much. The turtles do, and sometimes you'll see the squid out here. Like there's one right there out on the other side, but the fish are pretty dumb, so they don't come out here too much. They like to stay in the main area. This part has the most design in it, I think, or at least it looks the most alive. It's got a lot of kelp in it, a lot of seagrass, a cool, I think, coral little temple design in the middle there. Then a few sunken boats, you know. You come on down here, got a few things, made a little mountain hill thing out of sand, because obviously it couldn't all be flat sand. And a few things with the coral. I tried my best to make it look like not like super man placed, but kind of natural. I don't know how well I did with that, but some of it's obviously does not look natural. This is not natural, but this is kind of like an Easter egg. If you look at it real closely, you notice there's a sign down there and it says something. You zoom in. I'm loving it. And there's there's a fish that's glitched out by the sign. So this is kind of a little Easter egg that I put in there. If you look real close, a lot of our fish are hanging out in this area right now. A little bit weird. Fish on Java Edition are pretty dumb. Yeah, what can you do? So that's pretty much it for this one. When you're done with the aquarium, you go ahead and scoot up to the top here. Boom. Thanks for visiting. Well, y'all, that's pretty much it. If you want to see a video of me building any of these in the future, let me know in the comments. I might make one. Emphasis on the might. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it, y'all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, whatever, or not. Whatever you feel like doing. And I'll see you on the next video.